Hey there, viewers! Today, we're diving into the world of preserving vegetables. If you want to freeze, dry, or dehydrate your veggies, there's one crucial step you can't skip: blanching. Don't worry, it's not as complicated as it sounds. What exactly is blanching? It's a quick process where you expose vegetables to boiling water or steam for a short time, then cool them down fast. Think of it like giving your veggies a hot bath followed by a cold shower. But why bother with this extra step? Well, blanching is a game changer when it comes to food safety and quality. It kills off any bacteria that might be lurking on your vegetables, which is especially important since freezing, drying, and dehydrating don't actually destroy bacteria. They just put them in a dormant state until moisture comes back into play. Blanching also helps preserve the color, flavor, and texture of your vegetables. You see, fresh veggies have enzymes that can cause them to lose their vibrant hues and turn mushy over time. By giving them a quick heat treatment, you deactivate those pesky enzymes and lock in the good stuff. Now, before you start tossing your vegetables into boiling water willy-nilly, let's talk about doing it right. Under-blanching won't get the job done, and over-blanching can turn your crisp veggies into sad, mushy lumps. It's all about finding that sweet spot. The general rule of thumb is to use 1 gallon of water for every pound of vegetables, except for leafy greens. Those guys need a bit more space to swim, so double the water for them. And always start with thoroughly washed, peeled, and cut veggies. You've got 2 options for blanching: boiling water or steam. Boiling is pretty straightforward. Just bring a big pot of water to a rolling boil, add your vegetables, stir, cover, and let them cook for the recommended time. You can use a wire basket to make things easier. If you prefer steaming, fill a pot with enough water to generate steam without running dry. Place your veggies in a single layer on a wire basket or perforated strainer, making sure they're not touching the water. Cover the pot and let the steam work its magic. The blanching times vary depending on the type and size of your vegetables. For example, small carrots need about 5 minutes in boiling water, while large ears of corn can take up to 11 minutes. And if you're steam blanching, add about 50% more time to the clock. Once your veggies are done blanching, it's time for the cold shower. Rinse them under cold running water or give them a dunk in an ice bath. This stops the cooking process and prevents them from getting too soft. Just don't let them soak for too long, or you'll end up with waterlogged vegetables. Finally, drain your blanched veggies and let them air dry completely before freezing, drying, or dehydrating. You can use a perforated tray or line a regular tray with clean paper towels to speed things up. Now, let's talk about some specific vegetables and how to blanch them. Take broccoli, for example. Those little florets can be tricky, but if you cut them into uniform 1.5-inch pieces, they'll blanch evenly in about 3 minutes in boiling water or 5 minutes in steam. Carrots are another popular veggie for preserving. If you're working with small, whole carrots, give them 5 minutes in boiling water or 8 minutes in steam. But if you've sliced, diced, or cut them into strips, they'll only need about 2 to 3 minutes of blanching time. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and collards are nutritional powerhouses, but they can be a bit delicate when it comes to blanching. Most greens only need about 2 minutes in boiling water or 3 minutes in steam. Just remember to use plenty of water, as they tend to float and need room to move around. If you're a fan of sweet corn, you'll want to blanch it before freezing to preserve that fresh, sweet flavor. For corn on the cob, the blanching time depends on the size of the ears. Small ears need about 7 minutes in boiling water, medium ears need 9 minutes, and large ears need 11 minutes. If you're freezing cut kernels or cream-style corn, blanch the ears for 4 minutes before cutting off the kernels. Peppers are another veggie that takes well to preserving, but they have their own quirks. Sweet peppers can be blanched in halves for about 3 minutes in boiling water or 5 minutes in steam. If you're freezing strips or rings, reduce the time to 2 to 3 minutes. Tomatoes are a bit of an oddball when it comes to blanching. Instead of using boiling water or steam, you'll want to dip them in boiling water for just 30 to 60 seconds, then cool them quickly and slip off the skins. This helps preserve their texture and makes them easier to peel later on. Some vegetables, like onions and mushrooms, have special blanching instructions. For onions, blanch them whole for 3 to 7 minutes in boiling water, or slice them into rings and blanch for 10 to 15 seconds. Mushrooms should be soaked in an anti-darkening solution, 1 teaspoon lemon juice or 1.5 tsp citric acid per pint of water, for 5 minutes before steam blanching, 5 minutes for whole mushrooms, 3.5 minutes for buttons or quarters, and 3 minutes for slices. And let's not forget about those hearty root vegetables like beets, pumpkins, sweet potatoes, and winter squash. These guys are best cooked fully before freezing, so give them a good roasting or boiling until they're tender all the way through. Blanching may add an extra step to your preserving process, but it's well worth the effort. Not only will it keep your vegetables safe to eat, but it'll also help them maintain their vibrant colors, delicious flavors, and perfect textures. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of knowing you've stockpiled a bounty of healthy, homegrown or locally sourced veggies to enjoy all year round. We hope this video has been informative and helpful. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Foodology for more awesome content.